Our story is quite frightening. The plot goes quick as lightning, till Haman's noose is tightening. It's in the Megillah.
Now Esther is the new queen, the prettiest you have seen. She knows that Haman is mean. It's in the Megillah.
Haman wants respect now, but Mordecai he won't bow. So Haman has a huge cow. It's in the Megillah.
Now Mordecai won't bow down. The king's horse takes him round town. Nay, Haman looks like a clown. It's in the Megillah.
Scream! Purim! Hamantashin!
He wants the king to sell us. He doesn't get to kill us. It's in the Megillah. To dinner they are coming, the Haman and the dumb king. She'll say what's really happening. It's in the Megillah. At least the story ends well. It's in the Megillah.
Spanx, ladies. The answer is Spanx.
Welcome to Purim. I put this on once with a mirror. I don't think it's going on correctly again. Well, it is our...
I have a problem.
You have a problem?
I have a problem. I don't have a booklet.
I gave you the words to the song.
Yeah, but I have no idea what's going to happen.
I gave you the script for the live stream.
I have that. Okay, now I know what's happening. Oh, Mike Eastman, thank you. You notice I didn't eat anything you baked this year.
Well, I hope everybody has a Purim booklet because we're going to be using this. And during Purim, we're going to make a lot of noise. And during Purim, we're going to hear the story of the Megillah. And during Purim, we are going to hear our junior choir. And when it's all over, we get a carnival. Hooray! And Purim means lots, or a lottery, or choosing a certain day. In the story, it's to choose a day. But here at Temple Emeth, we're going to choose a ticket so that someone wins a prize. Raise your hand if you have your ticket already. Okay, raise your hand if you are a child up to the age of 18 and you don't have your ticket. You don't have to do it right now, but before we choose, be sure to get half a ticket from Amanda and the other half goes in the bucket, and some lucky person under the age of 18 is going to win a prize. Do we have the prize here? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Who's ready to have some fun?
Me.
Temple Emeth. Who's ready to have some fun? We are in our green Purim booklet, and we begin on page 1. This is not me being in character. This is me hoping the mustache does not fall off like the wig did. Purim is unlike any other Jewish holiday. On the high holy days, we seek to uncover our true selves.
On Purim, we seek.
On Sukkot, we wonder and worry whether the winter will be difficult. On Passover, we give God full credit for our redemption. Please rise for the Baruch Hu. Many Hamans have tried to destroy us. Though they have attacked the Jewish body, they have not damaged the Jewish soul. Our enemies will never succeed so long as we continue to stand and declare that God is one.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchutah, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchutah, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Please be seated. We continue on page 2. Love Adonai your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words that I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God, who led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Oh, a limerick. There once was a people in slavery, in Egypt, a place not so savory. Though their journey was long, they sang out a great song, thanking God for such unending bravery. You know what I thought would make the silent prayer so meaningful for you?
I don't, but I would love to know.
Well, meaningful for you.
I don't, but I would love to know.
Well, darling.
I'm scared at this point.
Darling, I brought you flowers for this special occasion.
Oh, thank you so much. They're lovely, just lovely. And they're so beautiful that I think they could be even lovelier.
Oh, that is better, darling. But darling, they have to pray silently now.
You know, you have to be a certain age to remember this. Who remembers this from the Adam's Family? Okay. So I don't know if they do it in the new one.
Oh, don't adjust them all at once, darling.
Well, now the camera's on me.
Oh, okay.
I want to show my parents in Florida. Look. See you, Pesach? Okay. Yes. Oh, silent. Yes.
Silent.
Silent meditation.
But there's no more.
By the way, the temple paid for the flowers and the cigar. Okay.
When you give to the rabbi's discretionary fund, you should know.
So we are just about ready for the reading of the Megillah. And let me tell you what to expect with the Megillah. So first of all, every time we reach the villain's name, you have to make noise. Hey, Mike, is that big wooden one still in the box? Okay, that one's for me. So we're going to practice. I know you have no trouble making noise. What we're going to practice is stopping making noise.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready? Haman. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, so we're going to hear the story of the Megillah, and as much as I like hearing the sound of my own voice a lot, we have some team volunteers. They're all here, which is good. You all know your order, hopefully, if you read the texts I sent you, and you know that you can come. You're going to do your part from the cantor's side. So, and talk right into the microphone, because you never know when a Dre Haman. Will make it hard for them to hear you. Okay, so we are on page 4. It is a mitzvah to read the Megillah, and therefore we have a blessing for this mitzvah, the Megillah. Please join us on page 4.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu al mikra Megillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim l'avotenu bayamim ha'hem bazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh.
In days of old, there lived a rich and powerful king named Ahasuerus, who ruled all of the Persian Empire. To celebrate his great prosperity, King Ahasuerus invited his princes, noblemen, and servants to a big feast, which lasted for 7 days. It might have been a feast, or it might have been a fiesta. On the last day of the celebration, the king sent for his beautiful wife Vashti, because he was proud of her and wanted to present her to the people. But Vashti refused to come at the king's command. Ahasuerus was enraged at the queen's rude behavior and felt that her actions might encourage other wives to disobey their husbands. So he sent Vashti away from the palace and issued a decree. This called all the beautiful young maidens of the land to come before him so that he could choose a new queen. For the next part of the Megillah, we're going to hear from Iris.
A Jew named Mordecai heard the decree and was eager for his niece Esther to go before the king because she was very beautiful. So Mordecai brought Esther to the palace, first advising her not to tell anyone that she was of the house of Israel. When Esther went before Ahasuerus, he could not take his eyes away from her. He fell in love with her and preferred her to all the other maidens. So he set the royal crown on Esther's head and made her queen in place of Vashti. After several days had passed, Esther's uncle Mordecai happened to pass 2 of the king's guards and overheard them plotting to murder the king. Immediately, Mordecai went to Esther, who in turn told Ahasuerus of the plan to murder him. When the matter was investigated, the 2 guards confessed to the plot and were put to death.
Thank you, Iris. We are in the middle of page 5. Then Ahasuerus appointed a man named... maybe now would be a good time to tell you all of the props I have back here. Maybe we should do the announcements, or maybe I should continue and say, Haman! Don't worry, we have 23 more of them. In whom he had great trust, to be the chief officer in charge of the many princes and governors in the land. All the people of Persia bowed down to Haman. To show their respect for the king's favored servant. But Mordecai did not trust Haman. And refused to bow down to him. Haman was filled with fury and hatred and vowed that he would punish not only Mordecai, but all the Jews in the land. Haman went to Ahasuerus with an untrue story. he told the king that certain people in Persia were following their own customs and not also obeying the king's laws. Haman urged the king to destroy these people because he said they were weakening his kingdom. Ahasuerus trusted and believed Haman. Untrue story. Oh, and so he gave him full permission to do whatever he believed was necessary for the good of the country. With the king's permission, the evil Haman ordered the death of every Jew in the land. And for the next part of the Megillah, we call upon Jennifer.
When Mordecai heard this fearful news, he tore his clothes off and put on sackcloth, the robes of grief. When he went to Esther's chambermaids and asked them to take the news to Esther, he also told them to go ask her to go before the king and plead for her people's safety and for her own life. Esther was frightened, for there was a royal custom that no one could approach the king unless that person was sent for. If any man or woman disobeyed this rule, the penalty was death. Mordecai sent Esther a message saying, "Do not think that you will be spared just because you are a queen. If you keep silent in this crisis, deliverance will come to the Jews from another place, but you and your father's house will perish."
Thank you, Jennifer. So this is a big moment for Esther. She needs to approach the king and perhaps even change the world. So I'd like to invite up our junior choir to sing about this right now.
Stand up. You're more in the middle. You're no, but I'm not right in the middle. No, but Maddie, you're down. Emma. Wait, Cantor. Cantor.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I have a question. Hey, you're the same as Emma. Isn't Maddie over there? Isn't Maddie down there? No, Mom. I'm supposed to be in.
Who has a solo that also needs words? That was
Me.
You need words? You need words?
Easier. You have the easier
Fold
part.
it. Who else needs words? You know yours? Yes. You know yours? But wait, you guys switch places so Sandy and you are together. You two.
Yeah.
No, Adrian.
Oh.
There you go. Good. That's
I
great.
got it perfect.
Okay. Sandy, you guys good?
Yeah, we together.
Guys, remember, look.
Maddie smiles big and loud.
And how loud are you going to be?
So loud.
Okay.
In a place you may have heard about, in Shushan, as you know, an evil man named Haman said, the Jews have got to go. Now Esther was the Jewish queen, and she knew not where to turn. So Mordecai, her cousin, said, there is something you must learn. Oh, Esther, you can change the world. You can make the world complete. Take the pride you feel inside and never accept defeat. There's an evil plot against us now, a list of cruel demands, and Esther, only you can help. Our fate is in your hands. She said, cousin, do you really think that a difference I can make? A Jewish girl before the king, it could be a big mistake. Oh, Esther,
Esther went before the king, and though she was afraid, she stood up proud and spoke out loud, and her people all were saved. So now we read the Megillah at Purim time each year, and learn how God can give us strength to overcome our fears.
You can change the world. You can make the world complete. Take the pride you feel inside and never accept defeat. Take the pride you feel inside. And never accept defeat.
Let's get a picture just of you. Emma, you should be in the picture too. Cantor, you should be, or Morticia, you should be in the picture too. Let's get this out of the way.
Okay.
Because
Stand by, up by Xander. Just stand up there by Xander. Okay.
okay, now Emma stay. The three of us is recorded. Okay, everyone but Emma, you can go back to your seats. Oh, you're Wednesday also? Okay, she also put your picture. Yes, you do the picture. Okay, here we go. About the cigar. Another round of applause for Eitz Chaim. And we resume our story now that we know that she would never accept defeat. We're at the bottom of page 5. Hearing this, Esther resolved to speak to the king, not only to save her own life, but for the sake of all the Jews in Persia. So she put on her most beautiful royal robes and stood at the entrance to the king's palace. Ahasuerus was sitting on his throne, and he at once saw his fair queen standing before him. Instead of being angry, Ahasuerus was pleased to see her and held out his golden scepter to show Esther that she was welcome. And Esther drew near and touched the end of the scepter as a sign of respect for the king. You're doing this, right? Okay, now for the next part of the Megillah, we call upon Maya.
Then Ahasuerus promised to grant any wish for Esther, even if it meant giving away half his kingdom. But Esther explained that she only wished at that moment was for the king and his officer Haman to join her at dinner the next evening. Both the king and Haman accepted Esther's invitation, and Haman went away feeling very happy and honored that the queen had chosen him as her guest. In fact, he only felt so safe and sure of both the king and the queen's favor that he had the gallows made for Mordecai's hanging the next morning.
Thank you, Maya. That same evening, King Ahasuerus had trouble falling asleep. So he sent for a special book in which all the memorable deeds of the land were recorded. As Ahasuerus was reading, he came to the part which told how Mordecai saved his life by exposing the murderous plot of the two royal guards. Ahasuerus asked his servants if any honor or reward had been given to Mordecai, and they replied that nothing had been done for him. Just then, Haman entered the king's chamber to speak to Ahasuerus about Mordecai's hanging, as the gallows was ready and waiting. But before Haman could say anything, Ahasuerus asked his trusted officer, "What shall be done to the man whom the king delights to honor?" And Haman thinking the king wanted to honor him, said, "I would give this man royal robes that the king has worn, a horse that the king has ridden, and let him ride through the streets of the city for all the people to honor." Then Ahasuerus said to Haman, "Make haste, take the robes and the horse, give him a cowboy hat to wear, as you have said, and do so to Mordecai the Jew who sits at the king's gate." Haman was shocked by the king's request, but he obeyed Ahasuerus. In great anger and jealousy, he led Mordecai through the streets to be honored by the whole city. And I'm sure you like my cowboy hat, but nobody wears it better than the Hineni Kid.
Cowboy Larry.
The next evening, Ahasuerus and Haman attended Queen Esther's feast.
That's it. That's it.
And do you know what they ordered, Morticia? They both ordered rigatoni. Look it up, people. 2 orders of rigatoni.
You really research these characters way too much.
This is current events for people who pay close attention.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Huh. Okay.
There was a famous dinner 3 weeks ago where both the husband and the wife ordered rigatoni. And that became a scandal, worse than the scandal here in our story, because the husband and the wife who both ordered rigatoni, not the specials, not the fish, not the chicken, not 2 things so they could each try what was on each other's plate. They both ordered rigatoni, and their names were Joe and Jill Biden. And therefore, the culinary world is up in arms. But back to our story. So he sent for a special book in which all the memorable deeds in the land were recorded. Except I went to the wrong paragraph. While everyone was eating, that's what got me on the topic, the eating, the king said to Esther, "What is your wish?" And Esther replied, "My wish is that you save the lives of my people and myself, for we have been ordered to die." And King Ahasuerus said, "Who is the man who could do such a thing?" Again, Esther replied, "A foe and an enemy, this wicked Haman." He has ordered the death of all the Jews, and since I am a Jew, I am to die too. Angrily, King Ahasuerus rose to his feet and ordered Haman to be hanged from the very gallows he had prepared for Mordecai. Not only was Haman hanged, but his sons as well. for they were part of his wicked scheme. To read the last paragraphs of the Megillah. Got it? Sure, cut one more rose. Oh.
Okay, Shara.
For the last part of the Megillah, we call upon Shara.
Then Ahasuerus gave Haman's house to Queen Esther and chose Mordecai to be his chief officer in place of Haman. When the Jews heard of this victory against the villainous Haman,
It's the last one.
who threatened to take their lives, they all gathered and made an enormous feast. Since then, celebrating a holiday called Purim, at which time this ancient story of Esther is retold, has become an annual tradition.
Thank you, Shara. Thank you to all of our Megillah readers. Iris, Jennifer, Maya, and Shara. Thank you to Tom for that musical background. And speaking of an annual tradition,
Okay, that's it. No more Temple credit card at Party City for you. You're done. Forget it.
speaking of an annual tradition, this St. Patty's Day, March 17th,
What tradition do we do on St. Patty's Day here?
we have the service that I love to call the Faith in the Future of Judaism, Lassie. Because on March 17th, our 7th grade class is going to lead the service. And on March 17th, that is when some of the teenagers who went to the Religious Action Center will tell us about their trip. So don't worry about whether you're wearing green on March 17th, but make sure you're here at Temple Emeth on March 17th. Because though we don't kiss the Blarney Stone here at Temple Emeth on March 17th.
Okay, Danny boy, you're finished.
Okay, I took the hat off. I'm supposed to remind you, if you don't have a raffle ticket yet, if you're up to the age of 18, you don't have a raffle ticket yet, raise your hand. Last chance to get a raffle ticket from Amanda. 18 and under, get your raffle tickets because we're about to draw for the prize in just a moment. Okay, well, we've heard the amazing story of the book of Esther, and now we are in the middle of page 7. Please rise if you are able for the Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol lateinu l'aliotzer breshit shelo asanu k'goyei arato velo samanu k'mishpat adama shelo samchel k'inu kahem v'kor aleinu k'chol amonam v'anachnu kore'im u'mishtachavim
Even on joyous days, we remember people in our family whose lives have ended. Though they are no longer with us, we think of them. We have heard our friends and family talk about them. They are part of us. We ask you, Adonai, to remember them and give them peace. We join together in the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'yizman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivorach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to those who mourn among us, bringing them comfort among the bereaved of the house of Israel and the bereaved of all humanity, and let us say, amen. Please be seated. Was there a board member who was going to read announcements? I'm going to read the announcements. Chag Sameach, everybody. Following the service, everyone is invited to our Purim Carnival right through those doors. There will be games and snacks, and no tickets are required. You just have to stand in line, wait your turn, and have fun playing the games. So we're going to start that at the end of the service. We still have to pose for a photograph, and we still have to parade around in our costumes, and then you will have the chance to go into the Purim Carnival. This Sunday, March 12th, kids ages 5 and younger and their families are invited to the Temple Emeth Museum for a morning of crafts, of music, crafts, songs, stories, and a snack. Our Sunday Fun Day for preschoolers goes from 9:15 to 10:45. And more information is available in the lobby. Invite your friends. Looking forward to next month. Our Shabbat family service will be held on the second Friday of the month, not the first Friday, because our family service will be 1 week later than usual due to Passover, which begins on April 5th. And speaking of Passover, Temple Emeth will once again host a second night Seder on Thursday, April 6th. Hey, that's 1 month from today. Passover's always 1 month from Purim. Look out for information coming soon. Thank you to this evening's volunteers in the live stream control room. Dan Fershine and Talia Serbiu are at the controls with a little extra help from Nikki Falk. Okay, are we ready for the raffle? We're ready for the raffle. Okay. Do you want to? Do you want it to be a responsibility? Okay, well, I'll hold it above your head. Okay, I don't know, doesn't that make it impartial? Oh, I'll hold it only a little above your head. Okay.
I'm only 5 feet tall.
Is the prize what we said it would be? Okay. It's in your pocket, okay. Okay, so do you want to read it or do you want me to?
Read it.
Okay, so the prize, the connection is that Haman drew lots and chose the 13th of Adar. And so we're going to turn that upside down and we're going to choose a lot, meaning a raffle ticket, and we're going to give away a $10 gift card to Total Wine and More. No, just kidding. We are going to give away a $10 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. Take out your ticket, everybody. We did not have you write your name down because you have to hold on to your ticket and look at the number on your ticket. It is number...
I hope you can read. 3.
Woo!
Everybody have that? 3, 1, 7, 5, 7.
Who's got it? Who's got it? Maya, come on up. Maya is the winner.
Maya!
Thank you, Amanda. Okay. If you've been watching us on live stream, now is your last chance to comment in the chat or comment section of the live stream platform. Perhaps you'd like to say the funniest part of the service. Don't say my wig falling off, because that was not planned. Maybe it could be the cantor cutting the roses, or me with my hats, or Tom's amazing piano playing, just not the wig. I think we are ready to invite up all of our kids wearing costumes.
Rabbi, remind the kids the roses have tons of thorns. Do not touch the roses on the floor.
Every rose has its thorns.
Oh gosh, this is serious. Rabbi, I'm trying to be serious. Don't touch the roses or the roses on the floor because they have a lot of thorns. They're really sharp, okay?
But they smell good. Are you willing to take the risk?
Rabbi!
Every rose has its thorn.
Kids, don't touch the... Oh, man. At least I'm going to put the scissors away.
Okay, Barbara gets first dibs on the photography, then everybody else, because it's going to be on Facebook in like 25 seconds anyway. Okay, if you are wearing a costume, come on up to the Bema steps to pose in our group photo. Can we have a little posing for photo music? On the steps, the steps. Everybody on the steps. Thank you to the teens of ETC for running our Purim Carnival booths. They need just a minute or two to get organized. Okay. Hey, we don't usually pay attention to the live stream cameras, but they've been watching this whole... You see that green light up there? Everybody wave to the green light. Hey, live stream. Okay. Oh, but that one's not on. Okay. All right, Dan and Nikki, turn on camera 2. There we go, wave to camera 2. Oh, it's not really us, but wave to camera 2 anyway. Okay, are you guys ready for a parade? Okay, so here's, I'm the leader, and we're gonna go slowly because the teenagers wanna be ready for you when we get to the social hall. So we're gonna walk this way, all the way around the room, and then straight out. And if the teenagers aren't quite ready for you to do something in the booths, then get a snack, give them a minute to get organized, and go back. You ready? Do you want to be first behind me? All right, it's time for our parade. A little parade music, please. Okay, ready? Okay, so now as we walk down the main aisle, wave to camera 1, and we're going to go straight to the social hall for the Purim Carnival. And as soon as the kids are there, parents, make sure they don't eat too much junk food. Come join us. Here we go. Okay, here they come.